Good morning and welcome. Thanks for tuning into the Kehilat Shari Torah daily review of Rambam 613 Mitzvot. We're going through the Maimonides list of the Mitzvot, first the positive ones. Today is Thursday, the 29th of July. Rambam, the next, dozen and a half or so mitzvahs have to do with Moadim, with appointed seasons, festivals, holidays throughout the course of the Jewish year. So, before anything else, we have to know, how do we know when they are, right? How do you know if Rosh Hashanah is early or late this year? Just kidding, it's always on the 1st of Tishrei. How do we know? Since many of us set our clocks according to the general secular calendar, how do we know when the Jewish holidays come out? How do we know when the first of the Jewish New Year is? First day of Tishrei, for example, and of course all the other holidays that follow. So the mitzvah here is Kiddush HaChodesh. This is positive mitzvah number 153 in the Rambam's listing of 248 positives, determining the new moon, sanctifying the new moon, taking note of when the moon reappears. Of course, it waxes and wanes on a monthly cycle, and it seems to disappear from our view and then reappears. So that reappearance is usually Rosh Chodesh. Now, in the temple times, it used to be that was Rosh Chodesh. Nowadays, you'll notice when we announce when we say the blessing for the new month, Birchas HaChodesh on Shabbos Mevarchim, the Shabbat right before Rosh Chodesh, we do announce, because we're a little bit better at tracking the heavenly bodies than we were a couple of thousand years ago. So we know what time the reappearance of the moon is going to take place in Yerushalayim, and we announce that, and usually it's very close to or on Rosh Chodesh, and sometimes it might be a day off or so. That is because at a certain point in Jewish history, a rabbi named Hillel, not the Hillel you know, but another Hillel, set the Jewish calendar, which we're actually still using about, 18 or 19 centuries later, with great accuracy, when there would be an Iber Yor, we call a Shana Me'uberes, a leap year, which adds a second Adar into it, and when the holidays will come out, and so on, according to a whole series of rules and regulations that mesh with the cycles of the sun, of the moon and the sun, by the way, to determine when the holidays are. So, to determine the Jewish calendar is a major mitzvah in itself, and you'll see that we do make quite a big production out of it. Again, on that Shabbos right before Rosh Chodesh, the Chazan before Musaf takes hold of a Torah and stands up at the bima there. This is supposed to remind us of the days when in the Sanhedrin, in the Jewish Supreme Court, on the temple grounds, the Sanhedrin used to accept testimony from witnesses who had seen the new month and pronounce the new month, whatever the month happened to be. They would then let the word go forth from that time and place, and it would spread all throughout the land of Israel and as far as Babylon, and at a certain point communications became disrupted with the communities outside of Israel, which is the reason why today we still keep 2 days of a holiday outside of Israel, which is called Sveika de Yoma, because of the doubtful status of each day. Even though nowadays, as we say, we have set the calendar, nevertheless we maintain that tradition for a particular reason, that we don't want to take down, we don't want to remove laws that previous courts have put into place unless we have at least equal standing in stature and in knowledge and so on as they did, and certainly we haven't reached that level. So that's a little bit of the mitzvah of Kiddush HaChodesh, determining the new moon. By the way, there's extensive notes here. The collector and translator of the Sefer here says that Nachmanides, Ramban, follows a different opinion than Maimonides. He follows the opinion of Hilchot Gedolot, the Bal Halachas Gedolos, the earlier Sefer of Halacha, and says that what the Rambam calls one mitzvah of determining the new moon, those other opinions say that it's actually two separate mitzvahs. One mitzvah of determining when the month is, and another separate mitzvah all by itself of intercalating the year, adding that extra month of Adar Sheni, second Adar, to push Pesach off, so make sure that it's in the springtime. Okay, but Rambam does count them as one mitzvah, so just so you know, there's a little bit of diversity of opinion there. Thanks for tuning in. Please join us tomorrow. Have a lovely day.